Hello everyone and welcome back to Ridgewater. Let's just pause this for a second. So in the past few episodes we've had problems here with flooding, and it's meant that we've had to create a gully in order to get the water to leave the area. This water is now sort of laked down here, but it should eventually work its way out of the city into the sea. So I think in this particular episode, what we're going to do is I really want to lean into this a little bit more. And where we've got a little park area here, I think what we're going to do is probably first off fix the precautions I put in place for the basically the water to stop the flooding from getting even worse, because it should be all gone by now. And what we're going to do is probably put in I want to put in a stream that runs around this area and then goes out the way that we've placed the gully here. So we're going to make use of this channel that we've created. It's not the prettiest thing, but it is functional, and at the moment what we're trying to do is create a really nice little area up here that hopefully will look really nice for the people who live in it. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I might just use the smooth tool here, just see how well that actually does at just bringing these down to a more manageable level. That's actually done quite a good job from what I can see here. So obviously some of these areas are still built up a fair bit. That's absolutely fine. What I don't want to do is create an area that, or create a stream in that would then effectively drown the entire area out from what we've already built up. So with that in mind, I think what I'm going to do is probably do up to this point and then let the water in. So if we go ahead and remove stuff back, in fact, I might well just remove this road as well. So we can probably do something better here. So let me just pause it a second so that we don't cause any problems. We can relocate this further upstream. That should be absolutely fine, because we just need to provide power and what have you to it. And we've already got like a little road here, so it goes to this interesting little bit of decoration on this little island, which is quite nice. So maybe we'll make use of that in the future, but for now I'm literally just going to build a road back down this way. This doesn't currently go underneath. Okay. What if we do something like that? So it sort of forces its way underneath. There we go. Go into there. That's fine. Okay. So we're just going to connect this in, if it will allow us. I don't think it's going to allow us. There we go. And then hopefully that should be electricity and water. Yeah, electricity and water. Yep. There. We just have to move this also. And why not move it down this way? So if we just hit play quickly, this should come back. There we go.
fire and rescue service report?
Stop it with the fire, okay? I've had enough of the fire. Stop telling me about fire. Stop giving me problems and give me gosh darn solutions. Right. So where we created Mount Water Dam Anaro, it has left a bit of a mark on the city. So if we try and take this back, it might be worth reducing this down and reducing down the strength as well. So I'm gonna try and take the level of the road and take this down to where it is. So hopefully this will allow us to then go in with a relatively fresh slate and clear through here. In fact, I think that's already done quite a good job. So I've sort of earmarked a stream to come through down here and go down towards the gully here. We're most likely going to need to create some decent slopes here so that we can actually keep that water moving. So what I may do is just create a more gradual slope. In fact, what we can do is go to the very top, hopefully create a more gradually rising slope, like so. That's the hope, at least. Of course, if this is set wrong, it's going to be a problem. But it doesn't look like it's set wrong. Let's see what happens with the water now. Hopefully it should flow down a little bit better. Oh yeah, look at that. That's definitely flowing a bit better now. So we're going to have to come around this way, probably take out this area here. So I'm sorry to everyone who used to live here, but them's the breaks. Let's just stop this from building temporarily. So we're going to need to come through this way, probably put in a bridge here. So if we just take the level terrain tool, I want to go from a little bit further back and come out this way. And then we're going to go a little bit further up. And a little bit further up. We're just going to slowly create, hopefully, a relatively sloping gully. This can use. In fact, let's turn up the strength here because we need to be able to do what we need to be able to do. So I'm going to create a bit of a lake around here. And we'll come through and, well, I say fix this, make it look a lot nicer than what it currently looks like, so don't worry about that. So maybe we'll just do a bit of a meandering path up. In fact, we can probably do some really nice sort of exit areas here to sort of create a little sloping cutoff area. Cool, okay, so that's working its way up. Let's just build this back. I'm taking it a little bit at a time, not really going too ballistic with it because I don't want to it's a shame because we've created some really nice paths around here. I don't want to necessarily completely remove everything, but we do need to, for some reason I can't bulldoze this, there we go. We're going to have to redraw these paths back in, basically, which should be quite interesting with the stream running through here. Hopefully, because this one's technically a bridge, it will be able to go underneath without an issue. So this is where it's going to aim to come out at. So we've already worked our way through this area. We've created a little point where we're going to have a pond, effectively. So if we just fill this back in, hopefully this will look a little bit better once we've gotten our slope tool out and gone from here up to there. Just like this. And then finally, smooth tool will help work out some of these slight issues with the way it looks. But other than that, it should be fairly good as is. I'm hoping we can really take this back and work with the terrain here to make quite a nice sloping sort of stream up. But the first thing I want to do is just go through and make sure that we've got these terrain levels correct. So I'm going to go through here. And in fact, I'm going to create another small gully around this way. Hopefully this won't cause problems going forward. I'm sure if I raise this area around it and then soften it down a little bit, that should help with keeping the water where we want it. It's a shame that we can't sort of turn off trees to see what we're doing with the actual terrain around here. Yeah, it looks like that's actually quite dangerous to put it there, so I won't put one there, but I will do one on the other side. So if we take this, go down a little bit, come through this area with our stream, then hopefully it will be lower than everything else that's being built around here. Create quite a nice area for the water to go through. So let's take this further back. I might create a little island in the middle here. And at the moment it's quite rough. It's very much the broad strokes that we're doing at the moment. We just need to get the leveling in correct because it's got to do slope down. In fact, while we're doing this, let's make sure, yeah, it is definitely going down this way towards there. So this is going to be the general route that it takes. Let's go ahead and build this out this way as well. Make it a little bit wider. Okay. So we're going through this area. I can't wait to see it with water going through it. It should look really cool. I'm going to go further up the slope a little bit. In fact, let's just delete some of these trees that are in the way for the time being. This is obviously where a path used to be, so we've got people walking through here. Hopefully we don't cut them off from everything. Right, okay. So it's actually getting really close to where the level is that we're going to want to have the water come through at. I might even just hit play just so that it allows that stuff to go the way that it wants. In fact, we don't have these two connected by a road, which is going to cause an issue. Maybe we could have like a main road coming through here. So I think I might go ahead and try doing that. We'll use the divided so that we can do stuff with it. Where are my tools? There we go. That was a bit weird. So we'll just replace this with a larger meteor road. Move that over a little bit, like so. And we'll go down here. Right, so what I want to do is come out from there. I don't want to go up to 10 meters. I don't think it's necessary. But maybe to like 5 meters. Going across. And it needs to actually bridge. So I'm going to use the bridge, the dedicated bridge tool. And then we're going to come back down to there. And then that way, the water should go through this area really nicely. We've connected these back up, so the water should be coming back through and the sewage should be going up here without any issue. So that should be good. I guess like a mass exodus of people who used to live there. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, everyone. Oh, I feel like an evil um, person for doing all that, but it will look better in the end. Honest. In fact, we have issues with water and sewage again. We shouldn't do because power's going across there, isn't it? And then water. Oh, okay. Water isn't actually connected in. How do we make sure it's connected to these two? Is that definitely connected? Is it doing its thing? Yeah. There we go. Is that going to sort that out? There we go. So water and sewage is all sorted out now. So if we continue our way up, hopefully we can create quite a nice stream through here. I think we might have to stop lowering. In fact, we might have to lower this a little bit more so that it actually gives us more wiggle room further up. Okay. So you can see with the contour lines, if if I keep them on, that is, that we've got like a main route through here, and then we've got higher areas where the water should fill into, I'm hoping. Obviously this is the very first time I've done this in this game, so it may go well, it may go horribly, who knows? That is part of the fun of playing a brand new game like this, but I'm hoping it will go nicely. Oh wow, look how the rock sort of moves around in the physics of the game. That's pretty cool. Okay. We're going to take this back through this area, and then we're going to go around this kind of bridge area. In fact, we might do a little gully off this way. There's not much difference here, so I really don't want to cause too many problems. Okay, so we're continuing to work our way up into where we want the stream to work its way through from, and we've got some rather interesting geometry around here. I would say that we're almost getting towards the point where we want to be careful with how we effectively work this in. I want to create a little bit of a pond here. And then that will be going out into the water. So let's try and connect in the roads as best we can. So we've got a road here which connects into there. We're going to have to try and bridge this, and truth be told, I don't know whether it's going to play ball very well. Let's just remove these areas where it could try and build into, because the last thing we want is to create an area that's drowned from water. So if we come out like that, go over there, and then it always goes back to like the highest grade it possibly can. So I think we want to come through here as a bridge. I'm hoping this will work perfectly fine, although it doesn't seem to be. I don't know what those mean, the icons that it's giving me. Is it because, right. No, let's try that bridge instead. Elevation is too low, distance too short. Okay. Maybe a bridge here just isn't meant to be. That's fine. We can connect this up over here, really. We don't need to worry about trying to connect all this in. Let's just do the nice bridge. Oh, that's actually where the farm is. Right. Okay. Cool. Are these? No, these don't have water pipes, do they? What we can do, hopefully, is connect in down here, move this across. Maybe something like... Doesn't like it, does it? Shape is invalid. Let's try going down. Nope. I think it's because it's trying to connect to that road. For some reason, overlapping items. What is it overlapping? Okay, let's try coming at it from a different angle. this needs to go up, really. It's fine. I think we should be able to... maybe just do an alleyway? Will it allow us to do that? Yeah. There we go. Right. So, it's not the best junction. Let's not really focus on that too much. Now these should have power and water and sewage and what have you. Right? Oh, of course it doesn't. For some reason these bridges don't have the basics, which is a bit weird. Don't know why. There we go. Cool. That's back. So over here, we're going to need to connect these two up. And in a matter of fact, if we were to upgrade that to a larger road now, it would probably be beneficial for us down the line. So if we upgrade these, hopefully it will be fine. Yeah, that's bridged down. That's perfectly fine. We can get rid of these. We don't need additional stuff there. In fact, we could put maybe a little bit of mixed use there. We've got that main road through now, so we've got a good connection down here. Hopefully, he says, these will use them quite well. The different ways around, what have you. We've obviously taken out this bridge here, but it's not much of a loss, so we can just take that bit out, and then maybe we can raise this up actually. Well, I don't know whether that's at water level. It's hard to tell, so that's... no, I don't think it is. But I'm still going to build this in and smoothen it out, just because I don't want to have water going anywhere near like the highway and the main city. That would be bad. So we're just going to try and create a bit of a flood defense here. And if we sort of smooth this out a little bit, hopefully it will retain some of its height and just sort of stop the water if it does get to that point. Cool. Okay, so we're going through with the level terrain. Let's just check our road layout currently. So we've got this sloping progression up. I'm hoping that the water will just follow this quite nicely. We don't want these to be too close to the area where the water's going to be coming through. And let's turn that all up to high density, get these away, get rid of these, change these over. And then we can just have a bit of low density there, probably. Cool, okay. So the water's gonna be probably coming through this way. Got a little bit of a stream or a little bit of a pond here. If we're to take this back to where we'll probably want the water to start coming in. In fact, there was water there, so we're almost at that level where it's going to start coming through. Might just do some additional routes through for it because I don't want it to overflow the other way. Oh, it's hard to tell with these trees here. I'm presuming that with the water coming through here, it would probably kill the trees, so we're probably just doing it a favour, really. Okay. And let's widen out the areas here, because I really don't want this flooding the area. Okay. I think that's pretty much ready. First thing I definitely want to do is save the game before I let the water through, so I'm just going to put a 3 on this and hit save. And now if we just go through and soften the terrain a little bit, this should hopefully make a lot of this a lot nicer. In fact, it's given quite a nice little effect there. What I think it's actually done is brought up some of the levels, so let's just make sure that's got a clean way through, and we'll soften with a much smaller brush here. So this is where it gets a little bit dicey. Whether the water might just get a bit too high here. So I just want to go through and soften this a little bit, but not too much. Oh, this should be really cool once it's got water flowing through it. I'm hoping it works really well. I don't want it to not work, of course. But it is part of the game to, try things out, learn what works, learn what doesn't work. So let's just make sure that everything's how we want it to be before going ahead and clearing it out with water. It'd be really interesting if water actually effectively eroded some of the land. So over time things would change. I think that would be really quite interesting. Right. Again, I'm going to save it. Let's hope that this has a good effect. So let's open this area up to the water, and we're going to soften out the area just to make it look a little bit nicer before going ahead and leaving it to just run and hopefully not run away with us. So let's see if the water works going down this way. Moment of truth time. Here we go. Hopefully it follows the path that we've chosen for it and doesn't pave a way of its own. So far, so good. I think it's going to take a fair amount of time to work its way through the stream. Especially where some of the land that we've put in is quite narrow. In fact, let's put it on a faster speed so that hopefully the water can start to work its way through. It's slowly getting there. It's not overpowering the area, which is really nice. It's sort of working with it quite well. So I'm hoping that this will go the way that we want it to and just trickle through the area. Gonna speed it up again. Allow it to start to move further down the stream. It does have some issues with very thin areas, which is to be expected, really. So let's try softening this out a little bit. Maybe if it's a bit wider of a gap, it should allow it through. Oh, we don't want that, actually. There we go. Oh, it's working. It's definitely working. It's just going down slowly, which is perfect. That's what we want. We want it to slowly work its way through and not create too many problems as it goes. I'm really quite happy with how it's coming about. It's just a case of whether it works all the way through that we have to wait and see. It's actually making some good progress. I do wonder what's going to happen with like some of these larger trees that's in its path. I'm guessing it'll eventually sort of remove them, but that's a complete guess. I have no idea. As like I've been saying, it's the first time I've actually put any kind of stream like this into the game. Tell you what, we're getting a lot of traffic come through this way. Maybe we should have 2 lanes here, so the asymmetrical road might be better for this bit. So then hopefully a lot more stuff can flow through. Seems like that's fixed everything actually. I don't know what the pathing's doing. Why does it just stop? Who knows? Right, how's our stream doing? Ah, it's making really good progress. Ah, I'm really looking forward to how this looks, especially once what I'm going to do is probably come through with some, I'm hoping like boulders and things. I don't even know if we have boulders in the game yet. Sort of, I think this is the only options we've got in terms of trees and what have you. Right, we might need this to be a bit wider. So let's go ahead and just widen this area a little bit. There we go. The water's working its way through as we want it to. It's not going where we don't want it to, which is really positive. I'm quite happy with it so far. So far on a progress report on the water, it's about here, which is, in the grand scheme of things, about probably halfway through the planned stream area. So that's really good. It looks like we got a fair bit of traffic down here. Maybe what we could do is a nice area for a roundabout. That's quite large. Maybe a bit of a smaller area for a roundabout. Let's just take that out. So then hopefully it will do the plops where we want them to, like so. And that should be high density. High density residential throughout this area now. We've got some really nice houses, or really nice park area around here. So hopefully it will be quite high demand for those nicer areas. The water's definitely making its way down slowly. What can we do to bring it through? Maybe do a little secondary gully. And then let's soften it up here. Just something like this. It's actually removing the gullies that we're putting in, which is a little bit annoying, but hey ho, that is the way it works. It's slowly working its way down, and I'm hoping it's not going to flood anywhere. Famous last words. We could probably put a decent roundabout here as well. Can we put in... So if we did like a median through the middle here... Ah, we can't do it on bridge, I see. Ah, but we can go all the way up this way. Go on then, game. Yes. Brilliant. This one doesn't have a medium, but it can do it on either side. Awesome. And then we could put some trees in here as well. Nice treesies. Work our way through here. Cool. Beautiful. This, on the other hand, is not. It's all just stopped. I'm guessing it might be because it doesn't have... pedestrians are stopping the traffic. Gosh darn pedestrians. We're going to have to fix that going forward, but for now, let's just focus on the stream doing its thing. Look at that! It's practically already made it out. Ah, that's terrific. That's exactly what I wanted. Just a nice stream working its way through. Yes, excellent. Let's try and allow a little bit more water through. So if we do something like this, and then maybe soften there, soften through here. Oh, no, maybe just widen this inlet area. There we go. Ah, oh, doesn't it look good? We're going to have to... Ooh, we could put... Fudge me, that's huge. Okay, maybe we can't put a Ferris wheel in here. I'd like to put a Ferris wheel, but it's just a bit big. Right now, I'm going to probably focus on putting in some trees around here. Obviously, past this point, it sort of just stops for some reason. Is it because this isn't wide enough? Is that what's happening here? Just doesn't like it, does it? Maybe what we need to do is take this and push it up further. Looks like the pipes might be going through here. Let's try removing these pipes and making them go lower down. Because that way, hopefully, we can... Oh, look at that. We can make them go way far down. Not that that's really the right English, but hey-ho. Way far down it is. And then hopefully we can continue to work this gully up a little bit. Through this area. Awesome. This is going really quite well. I'm quite happy with how things are going. What I will do is probably just allow this to flow a little bit better. Just widen this area. And let's connect up this path. Now that we've put the stream in. That's far too high. There we go. So that path should hopefully allow people to come through. I don't know whether it's got a crossing here or not. Truth be told, I haven't actually looked. Oh. I mean, people are crossing, so I think it is there. Cars are stopping. But overall, it seems to be working. Albeit with a lot of pedestrians going through here. So hopefully we might be able to reduce that down somehow. Possibly even connect this up at this point. So then it almost opens up this way through. Hopefully we'll start getting people come through from down here. do we have here? Let's put a 3x3 there. Ah, beautiful. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would like it if the water was a bit higher further through, but at the same time, we don't want to effectively cause problems further down. So it's probably better that it isn't quite like this. This gives me all kinds of heebie-jeebies, but it's working. It's working the exact way that we want it to. So maybe if we just widen this a little bit more through, should allow for more of the water to come down further where we want it to. Oh wow, this pedestrian walkway is getting quite busy, isn't it? That's good. Okay. Well, I'm really quite happy with that, to be fair. I think what we do need to do is just plant some... Oh, maybe if I was in the right menu. Plant some trees. It's a shame they don't have a tool to do multiple trees, like trees that you pick rather than all the same trees. Also, how come there's rocks there, but I can't place rocks? Where are my rocks? I'll tell you what we definitely need to do is put in paths back through here. So if we go for our sweet cable-stayed bridge, and we're gonna go from there to there. And then down to 0 at that point. And same on this side. Down to 0 there. We should hopefully provide walking highways. Or at least that's the hope. So if we do a similar thing here, raise it up, go across. Why is that at plus 400%? There we go, minus... Oh! Well, that's annoying because we were just placing a thing, but we did it. We got to another milestone. Let's just pause it for a second, delete this back, and hopefully we can put this into here. Slope is too steep. Okay. Maybe we can work with that then. connect up that way. Let's pause it a second because I don't want this to get the wrong end of the stick. That it can just create stuff where we don't want it to. There we go. Sweet. We should probably do a path into this as well. So if we go from like here, go out like so, and connect in there, that should be pretty cool. For some reason that's condemned now. Which, oh yeah. No, that's fine. Hang on, no. We want it to be like there. It's going to take a little bit of time for people to use this, but we can see that it's really effective here, which is good to see. There's gridlock, probably because of pedestrians. How can we provide better routes across so that pedestrians shouldn't walk here? So we have paths up to here, don't we? Is that steps? No. No, it's just allowing it. It's not steps, but I wish it was. Literally all the problems would be fixed with steps. That's an invalid shape, apparently. What we can try and do is do a cable stayed bridge across here. It should look pretty schwanky as well. There we go. This might be a little bit harder to achieve. We want to go down to 0. Slope too steep. Slope too steep. Okay, let's pause it. Take this road out, or take this path out, I should say. And let's have this become the main route through here. How far does it have to go in order for it to work? Pretty far, actually. But ultimately, it will be far superior to what we've got before. And then what we can do now that we've removed the need to go through here is remove the pedestrian crossings, and hopefully it will actually remove them. It won't just say it does and then doesn't. Okay. Let's see whether that bridge now gets a lot more use. Looks like it is. I think people are still crossing. Where are they currently trying to cross? Yeah, they're still going through here, which is a bit annoying, especially where we've created like a dedicated way for them to get over, even if it doesn't look too great. It doesn't look quite like what I wanted. Is what we have got, so that will do. Hopefully a lot more people are going to go this way going forward, and ultimately our stream is working, albeit not quite as we would imagine, but I would imagine that this bit down here is going to start flowing through eventually. Maybe what we need to do is what they've done here, so effectively make like little bits where it has to pull up. Maybe that would have the effect that we want. I don't know though. Not 100% sure. So if, for example, we created a bit of a dam here where it needs to go across it, will that then build the water up past this bit? And then we could do a similar thing down here. We almost have that here anyway. I'm hoping that this won't just create areas where the water's going to seep into the city. That'd be bad. It looks like it's building up, working its way over slowly. That's quite cool. Awesome. So we have effectively put in our stream as we wanted it. Ah, I'm super happy with that. I mean, admittedly, the water could build up a little bit more, especially for places like the lake. But, you know, it's a work in progress, and I think this is the way forward. What I might do is create like little ways through that are not quite as high as others, and then I'm hoping that will force it through further down. It's going to take time for all the water to equalize, but it should look really quite nice. What we might do is another one here, especially where the bridge is there. Creates quite a good point for it to raise up. if we create some choke points, hopefully it should mean that the water behind it builds up. It's just a case of currently it's still working its way through, I think. But yeah, we've done a fair amount in this episode to improve this area, and I'm really happy with the way the stream looks. Hopefully you are too. Let me know what you think with your thumbs. If your thumbs don't cut it, then let me know what you think with a comment. But until next time, have a good one.